Welcome back to some more Kingdom Hearts related stuff. For this video, I'll be going over what Master Xehanort has been planning this whole time. In other words, what is his true goal? Now, Master Xehanort is the main antagonist of the Kingdom Hearts series, and his story will come to an end in Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, we all know that. Now, perhaps deep down Master Xehanort maybe is a good guy, he's probably confused, and his attempts to reaching his goal is basically impacting the characters in the game negatively. So guys, just sit back and hopefully you'll enjoy this video. Master Xehanort, during his whole life, sought to bring balance between light and darkness. Now, before the Great Keyblade War, the world was filled with light, just like what Kairi's grandmother mentioned in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Now, during the time where light was the most prevalent, there was Kingdom Hearts, the light of all worlds. Kingdom Hearts was guarded by the mightiest weapon of all, the Keyblade. Unfortunately, it came a time where people fought for that precious light. Keyblades were crafted by men, and a war began. Due to that war, darkness started to grow in people's hearts, and that darkness caused chaos. Therefore, the true Kingdom Hearts completely faded into the darkness and broke the links between worlds. You know all worlds were connected before, so let's move on. So due to the impact of the war, the Keyblade shattered into pieces, more specifically 13 of darkness and 7 of light. Now these two numbers have been very important in Xehanort's plan for achieving perfect balance between light and darkness. His plan was to look for 13 Seekers of Darkness and 7 Guardians of Light. A day would come where these two groups would clash, create the Keyblade, and unlock Kingdom Hearts. We'll see these events unfold in the final battle of Kingdom Hearts 3. Well, that's what we think. Xehanort has always been intrigued by how the worlds were created or affected due to the war. He wants to unlock the secrets to how this was actually possible. So his goal is to reenact the war and unlock the true Kingdom Hearts. His first move was to find a vessel that would be capable of containing his heart. I guessed he felt too old and needed a stronger, younger body or vessel. His first attempt was Ventus. Unfortunately, Ventus was too afraid and too weak to fight, and didn't look like the kind of person who would be capable of channeling his inner darkness. Because of that, he moved to Plan B, extract the darkness from his heart, Ventus's heart, to be precise. His first attempt of creating the Keyblade involved clashing Ven's light with his darkness. We got to see the Keyblade in Birth by Sleep. However, it just shattered and ended up being a failure. But his attempts of gaining a new vessel was still part of his plan. He set his eyes on Terra, a guy who was truly capable of channeling the darkness. Right when the failed to be Keyblade was created, Xehanort extracted his heart, and his heart went into Terra, therefore creating Terranort. Eventually, a time came where Aqua faced Terranort. At this point, Terra had accidentally locked his heart with Xehanort's, and the battle ended up with Aqua getting stuck in the realm of darkness. She basically tried to save Terra from falling into the depths of darkness. She succeeded, but she wasn't able to save herself, basically. Since Terra's heart got locked with Xehanort's, Terranort got amnesia and called himself Xehanort from then on. Xehanort, aka Terranort, has worked for Ansem the Wise until he got his memories back. Once Terranort remembered everything that happened in the past, he decided to move on with his new plan, to create 13 Vessels of Darkness and look for the 7 lights, in order to forge the Keyblade and unlock Kingdom Hearts. Now, let me mention one thing. Back in Birth by Sleep, the old Xehanort had met Maleficent. He had mentioned to her about other worlds out there. Xehanort convinced her that, in order to rule all worlds, she must look for 7 Princesses of Light. Now, we saw these 7 Princesses of Light in Hollow Bastion in Kingdom Hearts 1. Therefore, we all know that she succeeded. However, since Sora came in to save the day, Xehanort's plan with the 7 Princesses of Light failed. On the other hand, once Terranort extracted the hearts of Ansem the Wise's workers, he decided to also extract his own heart in order to create a heartless and a nobody version of himself. In his mind, he had already collected 7 of lights. He came to realize that it was a failure eventually. Anyways, Terranort's Heartless took Ansem's name, and his mission was to time travel and meet his younger self. In order to time travel, one must sacrifice his body. That's why we see Ansem in a brown cloak on Destiny Islands in Kingdom Hearts 1. He gave young Xehanort the power to time travel, and he was given a mission also, to gather 13 versions of himself in order to represent 13 Seekers of Darkness. Now, some of you might ask that he already created Organization 13, aka 13 Vessels, We saw it in Kingdom Hearts 2, which his nobody Xemnas had created. Eventually, we all found out in Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance that Organization 13 in Kingdom Hearts 2 was just Xehanort's, let's say, plan B. If young Xehanort failed his mission, then he at least would have the organization from Kingdom Hearts 2 to back up his plan. But his true mission was to gather several versions of himself and form the true Organization 13. At the same time, Xehanort was testing the organization from Kingdom Hearts 2 to see who was worthy enough to join the true organization. This whole time, Xehanort was watching Sora. He wanted him to become one of his vessels. However, that plan failed. Think about this. Everything that happened to Sora so far was basically a way to lure him to where we saw him in Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, where he was about to become one of Xehanort's vessels. All of this was explained by young Xehanort. Some of you were probably confused. Well, I know I was. Young Xehanort had managed to find several versions of himself, including members from the Kingdom Hearts 2 organization, such as Aiza, Sykes' nobody, and Braig, Xigbar's nobody. Now, the new 7 of Lights, or Guardians of Light, so far, includes Sora, Riku, Mickey, and perhaps Lee and Kairi. So to re-summarize everything, Xehanort wants to restore balance between light and darkness, to unlock the secrets of how the worlds were created or affected by the war. He also wants to unlock the true Kingdom Hearts to find out even more, but to unlock the true Kingdom Hearts, he needs to create the legendary Keyblade by clashing 13 Seekers of Darkness and 7 Guardians of Light. But I understand he wants to balance light and darkness, but doing so, I mean his attempts of reaching such goal, is basically hurting and affecting the people who surround him. That basically makes him look like a villain. So guys, do you agree with me or disagree with me? Perhaps Xehanort might come to his senses in the ending of Kingdom Hearts 3, he might turn into a good guy, or something like that. Now tell me what you think in the comment section below, and hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Thanks guys, until next time.